Hello, guys, and welcome to the next locker room. Tomorrow we will play against Villarreal, guys. So once again, an away game, and there are 7 finals to go. It's getting less and less games for us, guys. 7 games, everything in our own hands. Please, let's get the next victories. And yeah, the last match was amazing. 5-2 against Getafe, and yeah, 10 out of 10 performance in my opinion, especially the first half. But first of all, how are you doing, Dan?
I'm well, 5-2 win, and Anton, with this part of the season, with just 7 matches left, yet it was only a few days ago when it was against Getafe, now Villarreal tomorrow, and then a few days after that, it's Atletico Madrid. So these games, even though 7 seems like a long time, it's not 7 weeks, it's about 5 weeks. So we are seeing a lot of each other, we're seeing a lot of Barcelona, and I think that's a good thing, because Barca are making a run for the Liga trophy, and that's a good thing.
Now let's jump to the analysis section. And let's show our squad for FC Barcelona. And I saw that Ousmane Dembélé will be back, I think, in the squad list. This is a little surprise because I thought that maybe he will be injured for a longer time, but it looks like he's not having problems. So Dembélé is back in the squad.
Neto is also back, but we don't know how available Dembélé is. Just because you're named to the squad doesn't necessarily mean that he'll start or play. So I would expect that depending on how he feels even tomorrow, that he might come on in the second half. But you can almost expect a very, very similar 3-5-2 formation, a very similar lineup that we saw against Getafe potentially, with the caveat that Dest did not play at all against Getafe. So maybe Dest comes back against Villarreal. I expect this game, we're going to talk about it plenty, but I expect this game to be a bit more up and down. I guess that's an easy prediction because Getafe play, with that low block 4-4-2. But I do expect this game to be a bit more up and down, and I think a bit more suiting the skill sets of what Dest can do and provide to you with the width on the wing. As we're going to break it down, there's a lot to be going on the flanks in this one. And Sergio Roberto, to get him back to fitness against Getafe was a really good sign. He came off in the second half, sure, but I thought he was really important in that match. And, going back even to Getafe, the 3 best players for me, more than any other, I thought Roberto came back really well. And then Sergio Busquets had, again, on second viewing, Sergio Busquets was absolutely phenomenal against Getafe. So he'll start again, keep his place against Villarreal. And then Messi, as we said, was not only man of the match, but it wasn't just a Messi man of the match. It was actually that Messi was beyond everybody else, and there was no arguments as to anybody else taking his spot. So, as we talked about, Anton, Barcelona, I think, is getting, unlike Atletico Madrid, who, yes, they're getting Suarez back. They're getting healthier as we speak. But Real Madrid are certainly having their injury issues still, and they're a depleted squad. But Barca are getting healthy at the right time, and that is a very, very good sign.
Yeah, also Piqué has started once again. He has played incredibly well in the Copa del Rey final, and he has returned also in the clash against Getafe. I think Sergio Dest, I agree on you. He might return also in the starting formation. And yeah, I think the rest, there won't be too many changes. Also, Sergio Roberto has played very well on the right side. He was a lot included in the game. And Sergio Busquets, he's back in his prime boozy form. He's incredible again, and very, very happy that our veterans are like in their old prime form. Also, Jordi Alba, we don't have to speak about him. He's probably, maybe, or for sure, one of the best left backs in the world right now. Statistically, 100%.
Statistically, at least, yeah. It doesn't matter what you say of him otherwise. Statistically, he is one of the best. And on the point of Busquets, too, we now saw Athletic Club and Getafe not pressure Busquets off the ball. And if you're not going to man-mark Busquets or make sure that there are bodies to him, especially when Barca have possession in your final third, you're going to be in a heaping load of trouble. And that's what we saw in the last 2 matches. And that's why Busquets has been so good, that it seems like teams have stopped game planning for him because they're so worried about Messi. And especially, I also want to mention Pedri on the counterattack. That was the argument people made, that Pedri was kind of ghost-like, they said, but I disagreed with that. I thought every time Barca would get out of their own half, it would be Pedri turning on the ball and looking for Griezmann or Messi out on the counter. And he was so important to the build-up in those goals. And as we had mentioned too, Busquets have to say the pass of the game was the one into Messi, where Messi had to keep his balance and finish strong. But yeah, continuing to move on from Villarreal, I guess we'll take a look at their lineup as well. They play a 4-4-2 just like Getafe, but it's a bit different. It's quite a bit different. There's a lot more of an emphasis not on packing guys through the middle, but on attacking through the wings and then trying to either cross into the box or if you're going to feed through the middle, it's usually balls for one of the two strikers to hold up. So there are plenty of names that you can see for Villarreal that you know, and even some that were on the bench for Unai Emery that aren't as familiar. And this is a team, being Villarreal, that Barca. Do you remember the first Liga match of the season, right? When Barcelona, through Ansu Fati, completely played Villarreal off the pitch. They thrashed them at the start of the season. It was a good start, but in defense of Villarreal, this is a very, very different team. This is a team that's now in the Europa League semifinal against Arsenal. This is a team that have figured out who they are. They had so many off-season signings, including, basically poaching Danny Pareo, who is the captain of Valencia, as well as Francis Coquelin in the midfield, who didn't start this one, but he could start against Barcelona. And then Pervis Estupiñán, the Ecuadorian left back, he's actually injured right now, and that's a big loss for them. Yes, they have Perdaza, but it's a big loss to not have their regular left back.
Nevertheless, they have a very, very good squad. Is this Albiol from the former Real Madrid?
Yeah, he's about 190 years old now.
Okay. Albiol, yeah. Also, Gerard Moreno, we will jump also to the head-to-head comparison with Lionel Messi. Also, former Barca player Paco Alcácer. I have to check out how many goals already he has scored in the season.
5 goals for Alcácer.
5 goals.
It's a big difference. Moreno, so that's the thing. Alcácer's job is to play underneath Gerard Moreno and kind of be some kind of distraction for the defensive midfielder and one of the center backs. And then Moreno can either come out off the wing, which he does, try to combine with Chukwueze out on that right wing, and then cut in there for Alcácer to, again, try to just create some havoc in the box. So working as a two-strike pairing, Alcácer's job is not to put the ball in the back of net. That is Gerard Moreno's job, and he has 20 goals, as we're going to speak about in a second.
And also in the midfield, Parejo, also a very, very good player. And I remember also Alcácer when he played in Borussia Dortmund here in Germany. Very often he hasn't started in the game, but he joined later as a joker. But I don't know, statistically he was incredible here in Borussia Dortmund, but then of course Erling Haaland went to Borussia and they replaced him. But Alcácer, he's always very, very dangerous, and I think
his goals per minute
he's looking forward to play against his former team and show his skills. And also Bacca here, for example, on the bench. We shouldn't forget him. Also very, very good player. So
he's not having a great year as Bacca, but Moy Gomez is actually he was in the second division for a while. He's actually the joker, if you will, coming off the bench on that wing for Villarreal, as well as they have 2 really young players. Fernandinho is a 20-year-old forward, and then Jeremy is a winger/forward. So their jokers are young, just like Barcelona, actually. Some of their jokers, if you will, in the second half, are teenagers. And then the one omission here is Pau Torres. Pau Torres, at the start of the year, if you remember, Anton, was, 23 years old to start the year, was looking to break into the Spain national team, was looking to be one of the highest rated Spanish center backs. He's actually had a rough season. He's still one of the best young center backs in Spain, if you will, 24 now. But, it hasn't really been the season that everybody expected him to have. But he could always come back and try to find his form for the rest of the season. So he's, again, continues to be one to watch. But yeah, for the fact that he was taken out of the lineup for Albiol and then Funes Mori, kind of tells you that he's not really at his best at the moment, but there's plenty of talent in the squad. That said, Anton, this Villarreal team is coming off a 2-1 loss to Alaves, who are fighting for their lives. So this is one of the worst results of Villarreal's season so far. A team that is they might be sitting in 7th, but 5, 6, 7 in the Liga table. So I know we've been talking about the top 4 a lot with Barça, Real Madrid, and Atletico Madrid, and Sevilla. But the 5, 6, 7 fighting for those 2 Europa League spots, one being the playoff, is Real Sociedad, Real Betis, and Villarreal.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I wanted to say. Also now they're having 49 points right now. They are on the 7th place, but they have to be at least on the 6th place on the league table to qualify for Europa League. And Real Betis, which is the team right now on the 6th place, they also have right now 49 points, so they are equal. And Real Sociedad with 1 point more on the 5th place with 50 points. But yeah, the last form of Villarreal, last 5 games, 3 victories, 2 defeats. So, but yeah, it's definitely a very difficult game. Probably also, I think Ronald Koeman said in the interview that for him it's not like more difficult than Getafe, but all the games now are like difficult. And
it's just different. It's just different. And this is also the highest place in the table away match yet. So everybody else for Barca to go on the road to are lower in the table than Villarreal.
Yeah.
That said, Barca are on an incredible run of form against Villarreal, though. 25 games without a defeat to the Yellow Submarine. And that's a weird thing because Villarreal is so good each and every year, but Barca just seems to match up really well against them and seems to take points off them game in and game out. So I think we could take a look at Barca's lineup now, the one that they had against Getafe. And so Anton, what do you think? I think we could see something, again, very similar. When we say 7 finals, we're not kidding. I mean, and that kind of impacts everything. That I don't see, even though they're playing every 3-4 days, there is a bit of rest coming, and you can talk about the international tournaments over the summer, sure, but it's 7 matches left to capture La Liga, and so I think that Ronald Koeman is still going to go with exactly who he trusts to start these games.
For sure.
Yeah, so I don't see too much change. Again, we mentioned Dest, but I mean, do you have any other ideas?
Many 1-2 changes. Serginho Dest instead of Sergio Roberto. Or also Ousmane Dembélé in the starting formation, as we mentioned it earlier, if he is very, very fit. But yeah, of course, we shouldn't take a risk. But I think he has trained with the squad. Probably also Dembélé will play or at least join the second half. But I think the rest, Ronald Koeman won't change, because I like this sentence, never change a winning system, and we play very good in the last weeks. And also against Getafe, the first half was incredible. And yeah, let's continue like this, and then let's get the next victory. And also, I don't know, Pjanic, Riqui Puig, they don't get like too many minutes right now, but of course the coach now wants to let the players just play and get consistency, and because now it's a little danger to rotate like too much, or like, I don't know. I know, guys, many people from you are probably also fans of Riqui Puig, but if Pedri now plays incredibly well, of course he's very young and he has so many minutes, and it's very stressful also for his physical. But if he plays well and he can play every game full 90 minutes, why change him now? So
Yeah, I mean, I think
we won't change too much.
The argument for Pedri isn't so much about what you don't see him doing in goals and assists and final product of what people want to see from Pedri. His job is very important and distinct and impactful on, just like the way Busquets, for other people who aren't used to watching Barca, don't see what Busquets can add to a game. There's a lot of things like that in Pedri's game where, yes, he has that one moment when he spins a defender out of his cleats or something like that, but even for a slight change, where if Sergio Roberto is going to start in the midfield, which is very possible, I think it winds up taking the place of De Jong for rest and rotation than Pedri, because they just play different jobs. You wouldn't put Busquets, De Jong, and Roberto all together, most likely just because Roberto isn't going to do the job that Pedri's being tasked to do, and that is to play basically right off of Messi's shoulders, to be looking for those slight 12 to 15 yard diagonal balls up through the middle of the field. If anything, it would make more sense for Griezmann to drop into that Pedri role, and then Dembélé and Messi start up top. I would actually see that more likely than I would to have Pedri drop for Roberto, De Jong, Busquets. But yeah, I mean, I think we're at a point in the season where, as I said many times, I've gone on this Riqui Puig rant before, Anton, so please stop me if you get tired of it. But for Riqui Puig, yes, you hope to see that. I mean, someday he will be starting for FC Barcelona. It's going to happen. He's got too much talent. But this season, they're trying to win a trophy, and he plays a role. It's not that Riqui Puig, yes, we haven't seen him in, two matches now, but his role is to come in for Pedri and basically play the same position late on in a match. That's the role he's happy with, and you can see that Riqui Puig,
he's happy with it.
That's the role he has.
He knows it. He accepts this role.
Exactly.
Also,
and
why
that's okay.
the team is
that's
now
okay.
like this. This is why also our team is combined like this right now, and it looks like we are like one team,
Yeah.
And this is why also we play so good. All right, now then we jump. Okay, now one more time for the YouTube video also. Now we jump back to when and where to watch the game. Let's check out the time zones, and then we'll jump to our favorite part, then of course our predictions. Our last predictions were wrong. I predicted 2-1 or 2-0 and you were 1-0. And in the end, it was a 5-2. But this was very hard to predict, right?
Yeah.
You couldn't expect a 5-2. But all right, let's check out the international time zones, guys, where and when to watch the game. So at Central European time, it will be at 4:15 p.m. So the stream on Twitch will go live half an hour before kickoff time, guys. So at 3:45, you can tune in on Twitch and check out the live coverage with us and Omar together. Yeah. Dan's time is New York, 10:15 a.m.
It's earlier for me, but as we're looking at the time zones, I also want to, at this moment, mention too that the Barça Femení, they start at 9 a.m. New York time, which is 3 p.m. CET. So 3 p.m. Barcelona time. So check out the Femení tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon if you're CET, or depending on where you are. And then again, you'll see the first half and then you'll see part of the second half and then the first team begins. So just keep an eye on both games for about 35, 40 minutes of overlap and then completely focus on the first team. And then also, keep an eye on the live coverage. Man, we're going to be everywhere. So Barça Femení, the Barça first team, all happening all at the same time. Tomorrow's a big day in the Barcelona world.
And now also for the people on YouTube, write your predictions in the comment section below, guys. What do you think? How will end this match? Villarreal against FC Barcelona, and you can also predict the score on our FC Barcelona webpage, which we'll do now in a few minutes. And also here the chat. Please write your predictions in the chat or use the function on our website. And now we will jump to ours. All right, Dan, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's my turn to go. I am going to say that this match is going to end 4-1 Barcelona. I'm going to say 4-1 Barcelona. I think Villarreal, they've got a lot of work to do. Arsenal, midweek, they had a loss. They're coming off a loss against Deportivo Alaves, where they had some trouble scoring goals. I think they're going to get one, maybe through Gerard Moreno, because he's got something to prove. But I think Barca are the far superior team, and I think Villarreal have had their defensive issues enough that Barca's 3-5-2 playing the way it is. They had 4 goals 2 games ago. They had 5 goals in their last match, so I think they're going to go 4 goals again. So that's why I'm saying 4-1 to Barcelona over Villarreal.
Yeah, you're right. On Thursday they will play against Arsenal. I forgot this completely, but I think they won't also let players to rest or rotate.
No.
They have to fight for the Europa League places. All right, 4-1 is your prediction. I will say, will we have a clean sheet or not? I think yes. 3-0 for us then.
So a 3-goal difference is what we both said. I mean, and then my key to the match, as I mentioned, is that for Barcelona, they have to be very, very careful to watch Gerard Moreno. He's their player to watch. I don't want to overcomplicate it. Sometimes I overcomplicate my keys by talking about rest defense and tactics, but not today. It's all about Gerard Moreno. He is their danger man. So whether it's PK, who I expect to start, and those guys know each other well. For those who know their history, when Gerard Moreno played for Espanyol, him and PK, not the best of friends. There may be fair when they didn't even overlap with the Spanish national team very long either, very, very many times. Moreno's kind of come on after PK retired. So, there's a rivalry there. And whether it's PK, Lenglet, whoever's to deal with Gerard Moreno, all eyes on him. And then on the other side for Barcelona, I mean, if Messi continues to play well, Griezmann, Pedri, I hope that attack keeps on firing. So, put the ball in the back of the net if you're the attack. And then on defense, you got to worry about Gerard Moreno. And that's where it starts and ends. So that's my key to the match. What about you, Anton?
Yes, definitely. I agree on you. I think we will have once again, we will see a very dominant Barca, guys. I think we will continue our current form and play like in the first half against Getafe, and also in the Copa del Rey final, we played incredible. I think the team knows how to prepare for the games now. Every game is a final, so I think Barca will play again very, very dominant and hopefully not concede the first goal of Villarreal, because we spoke also about statistics.
Yeah.
Villarreal is the most dangerous team in the whole La Liga in the first 15 minutes. So we have to pay attention and be careful apart from the first second, and then in the end I think we'll win. And we can see also on the right of the screen, most people predicted a 3-0. 3-1. 34% predicted a 3-1 result, then 12.9% a 4-1, and then also 14.3% a 3-0. All right, so the people also think that we will see many goals, and hopefully also a next Messi goal for the Pichichi race. And then I think it will be the perfect weekend for us Barca fans, for us culés. Write your predictions, guys, in the comment section below. And once again, thanks for tuning in, guys. Thank you for watching. It was a pleasure again to analyze and to make this a pre-game analysis with you together, Dan. And my last words, as always, Visca Barça and Visca Catalunya. Let's get it.
Forza Barça.